Today is Wednesday, December 16th, 2015, and the title of this rant will be Foreign Affair Lightweights. So last night they had the debate. It was on the foreign affairs with the GOP. In terms of not watching the whole thing, almost watching the whole thing, is that there wasn't anything new that any of these guys said last night. And it just seemed as if the testosterone was flowing at such a heavy pace that they were all but declaring, in essence, a World War III, as Rand Paul had sort of said. Now, the thing is, I realize very, very well that they had to talk this way because that is what their audience who would vote for them want to hear. If they voted any other way, they would have gotten turned off and no one will vote for them. So they're basing everything on the most crass and right-wing area of the Republican Party, even if you want to call it the Republican Party. But they offered absolutely no solutions and showed no type of knowledge of the intricacies of what is really going on in the Middle East. Now, just talk about the Middle East for a second. We're not going to carpet bomb them, that's for sure. And let me just take a quick point and just bring this up real quick. Whatever Obama's position is, let's say it's yes on the circle, and theirs is here, so you go all the way around. So it's 180 degrees. So they're going to go 180 degrees opposite of Obama every single opportunity that they get. But if any of them were actually elected president, or actually president right now, the amount that they actually would be pivoting would be what? 1 degree, 2 degrees, maybe 5 degrees? Absolutely no more. Because there's nothing you can do about a lot of this stuff. I mean, there's a lot of diplomacy that's got to go on, an American might, economic might, and let's just say political might, and how we need to change this around is so much more important than the military might. Because we got problems in Yemen, we got problems in Lebanon, got problems in Syria, got problems in Iraq. The Saudis hate the Iranians. The Saudis now want to have, a 34, 35 member force to help out there. Does that mean that they're going to go against the Iranians at some point? They showed, and of course, the candidates showed no idea about how difficult it will be to bridge that Sunni-Shia gap in terms of what's going on in there. And of course, just another quick thing on that is that, they're talking about bombing all these oil tankers that are going around in those no man's lands of ISIL, Daesh, in northeastern Syria and in northern Iraq. And of course, the thing is, if Cruz had his way, we'd bomb them all. But there are legitimate oil tankers that are going on in those particular areas. There are also foodstuffs that are being supplied by tankers. Cooking oil would be one example. If we don't have a good sight on it, we just bomb it anyway, even though it's maybe an 18-wheeler as opposed to an oil tanker. These are really shows just, sophomoric attitudes that are going on over there. But in spite of all that, they had the answer for everything. And it's always blame Obama. Blame Obama for the Middle East. Blame Obama for the Ukraine. Blame Obama for the Crimea. Blame Obama for the South China Sea. Blame Obama for North Korea. I think it was also blame Obama that that we should have never even let the Russians get into Syria, where they had legitimate business interests in terms of agreements with Syria for the access to the port and an airfield there. Again, what the hell can we do in Ukraine? What could we possibly do in the Crimea to change things? How dramatically can we change things? Now, there's one other thing, again, to shows what's going on and the hypocrisy of what's going on between what the Democrats want to do and what the Republicans want to do. There's a guy by the name of Adam Zubin, who has been nominated to a position at the Treasury Department, where his chief responsibility is basically to find out where all the terrorism funding is coming from and work at drying the whole thing up with the legitimate tools that has been given to that department by the Congress of the United States. All right, and he's been nominated. He's gotten rave reviews from everyone. No one has said that he isn't qualified. But Ted Cruz and maybe some others are holding up his nomination. Again, this is where politics is hurting what's going on in world affairs just because of politics. And of course, if we really want to stop ISIL or Daesh, this guy should have been nominated, he should have been confirmed, and he should have been in the office doing the things that he needs to do. But the thing is, if he's actually successful doing those things and Obama gets credit for it, the Republicans just can't have that. So they can't do it. So I saw the debate as nothing but complete sophomoric, lightweights, and if any of them ever was elected or was in office right now, their capability of doing anything dramatically different than what Obama's doing right now is about this much.